calling Kahr Arms and Auto Ordnance. To dial by name, please press 9. For technical support and firearms repairs, please press 1. For sales, press 2. To record for your call. Customer service, this is Jay. How can I help you?
You guys replaced the barrel, you replaced the recoil spring and the slide stop spring. Took it back to the range again, put another 150 rounds through it, and still having the same exact malfunctions. They are less frequent, but they're still there. So I don't know what the next step is from here after having already sent it in once to be serviced. So hopefully you can advise me on that.
We'll have to take a look at it.
So I just need to send it back in?
Yes.
Is there any way that you can send me a shipping label since I already sent it in once?
Yeah, not something we generally do, but I should be able to.
Okay.
Hold on just one moment. Do you have the gun in front of you?
Yes, I do.
Okay, hold on just one moment. And what are the issues you're experiencing this time?
It's pretty much the same thing as the first time. Failure to feed. Mostly, the majority of them are failure to eject. Also, the slide is not locking back on the last round. A lot of the issues from the first time was the slide was locking back inadvertently, but that has significantly reduced, but it's still there. Also, looking at the slide plate on the back, it moves quite a bit when the slide's locked back completely, as well as when it's fully in battery. So those are the majority. I'm sorry?
That's perfectly normal.
Okay.
Alright, have a return authorization number for you?
Alright everyone, I just got off the phone with Kahr actually a couple hours ago. I wanted to kind of give myself a second to calm down and collect my thoughts. And I just want to discuss with you guys my experience so far with Kahr and their customer service. I called Kahr this morning and basically wanted to discuss with them some issues I've been having with my P380. If you guys haven't seen the videos up to this point, I'd suggest you go check them out. But a quick recap, I purchased the Kahr P380 that you see in front of you. I ran the recommended braking period of 200 rounds through it, had several different malfunctions, and I was not very happy. So I called Kahr, talked to them, ended up sending it back to the factory. They serviced it and sent it back. The result was a replaced barrel, so a brand new barrel. They replaced the recoil spring and replaced the slide stop spring. They test fired it and checked off that it was good to go. So needless to say, I was pretty happy when I got it back. You know, they did a lot of work to it, and from that I took it to mean it was working properly. If you've seen the range update video to that, you can tell that that's not the case. It did not work properly. It still had malfunctions. Granted, they weren't as frequent, but they were still there. And I'm not going to carry or use any firearm that I can't 100% trust that it's not going to have an issue. So I finally got around to calling Kahr this morning. I ended up talking to the same gentleman that I had talked to before, which I think is kind of interesting. I'm not sure if Kahr only has one customer service representative or what, but I talked to the same gentleman, and I basically explained everything I'm explaining now to you. I told him the issues I've had, and the only thing that he came back with was, oh, you're going to have to send it back in. There was no, I'm sorry for your troubles. I'm not expecting them to apologize. It's not their fault, but I feel as a customer service representative, you represent the company, and so the amount of time that I've put into taking this to the range, the amount of money I've put into this thing, and it's still having issues, it just, I don't know, I just don't feel that they took my problem seriously. He wasn't disrespectful, he wasn't, he listened to everything I had to say, and then he just said you have to send it back in. But there wasn't an ounce of, I apologize for the issues that you're having, and we're going to get this taken care of for you. He said, you're going to send it back in, and I said, okay. And basically he took my information and sent it in. And for the second time, I had to kind of say, hey, can you send me a shipping label? Again, Kahr says it's not under their standard warranty to cover shipping. And I can understand that maybe for the first time. You have an issue, they send it in. But when they replace the amount of things that they did, there is obviously an issue. And when they say it should have been resolved and it's not, then it's time for them to step up and start doing as much that they can to make sure that I'm happy. So, him or Kahr not offering to pay for shipping to send it back to the factory for a second time, which it should have already been fixed, that at that point it's really starting to irritate me. It's starting to get to me. They're not stepping up to the plate and doing whatever is needed to make sure that the issue becomes, the issue isn't there anymore. So I, told him, hey, can you send me another shipping label? And he said, again, like he was reading off a script, it's not typically covered under our warranty, but I can probably do that for you. So I got a shipping label. I'm getting ready to go ship it back out again. I'm not waiting any amount of time to ship it out. It's going right out today. And we're going to see where it goes from there. So I just wanted to share that with you. My experience hasn't been horrible, but it's not necessarily positive. I'm not extremely happy, and I won't be until, the gun's working properly. I did, however, want to ask you guys one question. I explained all the malfunctions that I was having and told him all the issues that were occurring. And I also had something I wanted to mention that I didn't mention before. I noticed before I even sent this in the first time, and again, it wasn't resolved with the work that they did, the slide plate on the back of the P380 is extremely loose. Right? It moves up and down and side to side, and you can even hear it. Alright, it's just a lot of play, a lot of wiggle room. And it's not only just moving the slide plate, but it's also moving the spring back here that's attached to the striker. And I don't know if that can cause any of the issues that I had mentioned to him, or if later down the road that might cause a whole different issue. But I mentioned it to him and he said that's completely normal. And I find that very, very hard to believe, especially when I compare it to, this is my Kahr CW9. This thing is rock solid. There is absolutely no movement whatsoever. Right? It's rock solid. You drop the slide, you get the same result, as opposed to, you have a lot of wiggle room when the slide is open here on the P380. You close it, you don't have as much wiggle room, but there's still a little bit of play that you can see. Alright, so there's a large difference between the P380 and the CW9, even though they're from the same company. And then you compare it to, this is my Glock 19. Again, rock solid, absolutely no movement. Close the slide, no movement again. And I went through and checked. All my Glocks are the same way. My Ruger SR9C is the same way, and my Kimber. They're all rock solid, absolutely no movement. But yet the customer service representative wanted to tell me that that is normal movement out of that slide plate. Hello? Alright, sorry guys, I got cut off there with a phone call. But I just really wanted to have you guys' opinion on the slide plate moving back here. I do have to provide basically a write-up of all the issues I'm having with this when I send it back to them. And I wanted to know if I should include that slide plate issue, because that really that doesn't seem like it should be doing that. So let me know what you guys think. I will continue to keep you guys updated on the progress. I really appreciate all the support from the people leaving comments and sending me messages, and really help and talk through all the problems. It's just a great community here on YouTube, and it really goes to show that there's so many good people out there that really will step in and help out. So I just wanted to say thank you to all my viewers, all my subscribers, and I really appreciate your support. So thanks for stopping by. I'll keep you guys updated as the process continues, and we'll see how this ends up. So thanks for watching. Take it easy, guys.